Hi, this is Janey, Imaani, and welcome to Emotional Awareness. Last week, we spoke about the psychology of why we care what other people think of us. And in this week, I'll be sharing tip number 1 on how not to care. So even before I begin, I wanted to be honest with you guys and let you know that not caring what people think really requires a lot of effort and hard work, because you're talking about creating new neural pathways that didn't exist previously. And it can definitely be done, but it requires consciousness and some sort of practice. So I really hope you guys take this information and practice it. So let's go into tip number 1. So tip number 1 has to be to limit your exposure to toxic and ambivalent relationships. Now, so toxic relationships, most of us know what they are, right? It's when you kind of walk away feeling bad about yourself, you feel less worthy because the person makes negative comments or takes digs at you and etc. But ambivalent relationships are much harder to identify because you're kind of not sure what they think and feel about you. So for example, you go out to lunch with your friend, and when you walk away from it, you're thinking, oh, I wonder what she meant when she said that. I wonder if she was trying to put me down. And you're not sure, and you're trying to figure it out. And research says that ambivalent relationships can be more harmful than toxic relationships because you're constantly trying to reevaluate their intentions, and that takes a lot of energy out of you, And so the first thing you want to do is really try to avoid those interactions as much as you can. Like I mentioned in the last video, it's really your brain's natural response to care. So, you'll have to do something about it if you're around people like that. Like, you would have to reject it or make sense of it. And so you don't really want to make yourself go through all that effort unless you have to. I know realistically that's not always possible, right? Say if you have a boss and you can't really afford to quit right now, or it's a family member that really annoys you, but it's not worth severing those family ties. So what you could do in that situation is really mentally prepare yourself before you walk into their space. So for example, say if you have a brother and every time you see your brother makes comments about how you shouldn't have got divorced and how you need to find a different job or whatever it is that he says. So what you could do in that situation is really re-empt what they may say or how they may make you feel even before you walk into their house. And mentally preparing yourself in that way can really help lessen the blow and lessen the impact that it has on you. And the reason why you really want to control who you're around is because we're social human beings and we take on other people's opinions if we're around them long enough. And so the most important thing that you want to do is try not to be around negative people, because you will take on their negativity, if not at the beginning, but later on. So ask yourself, do you have any toxic or ambivalent relationships? If so, who are they? And what can you do about it? I really hope you guys take these questions into consideration and start thinking about them, because emotional training is really like physical training, and the more you do it, the better you get at it, right? And you can definitely build those muscles, but only once you've put the labor in. Thanks for watching, guys, and next week I'll be sharing tip number 2, which is about perception control. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.